It is good for us to be here one more time. Y'all come on in. Listen, Ugly Challenge, day 8. Let's go. We only got 13 more days. Let's go. Hope y'all did your homework. Let's go. Hope you did your homework. Let's go. Hey, Margarita. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Happy Motivational Monday. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby, baby. Oh, let's go. I couldn't wait to get here. I got my coffee, got my notebook, and got my pen. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. To all my moms, if I didn't tell you personally, happy Mother's Day. We did it in church yesterday. But I just want to say good morning and hope you had a great Mother's Day. Margarita, I hope they loved on you yesterday. Hey, Miss Vanessa, hope y'all had a great Mother's Day. It is good for us to be here. Listen, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? We right here. We right here, the Ugly Challenge. Come on, you got to love yourself. Come on. You got to believe in you. Hey, Miss Vanessa, OMG, we already cooking. We already cooking for the day start. We do more before 10 a.m., 9 a.m. than some people do all day. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. We here. Hope again. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. Hope you showed mom some love. I saw my mother this weekend. Had to do something in Birmingham on Friday with my little brother, but all is well. All is well. Couldn't wait to get here this morning. Had a great Sunday service yesterday. Man, we went in with mothers yesterday. Don't worry, don't worry. Father's Day next month, and Father's Day is going to be good. One of the stories that we'll probably talk about for Father's Day. Um, I love that message for fathers. Men love in a different way, but we love our families, and our families need committed men and forgiving fathers, and we'll deal with that on Father's Day. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Patrice? Good morning. Happy Motivational Monday. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. I love y'all so much. Let me ask you a question this morning. Webcam. Let me ask y'all a question this morning. Do you love yourself? That's why we have been here. This second book right here. Do you have your book? PayPal.me/Dr. Walter Sam /35. You get this book and a journal, or you can get the journal by itself and just say PayPal.me/Dr. Walter Sam /16. That covers shipping and handling. You'll just get a journal. Um, hey, what's up, Minister Carol? The question that we've been answering for the last 8 days, and I hope you did homework. We'll go over homework in a moment. You got to love yourself from the perspective that you've been made in the image and the likeness of God. Outside of that, just loving yourself for the sake of just being egotistical, etc., it's a lot deeper than that. God has given you life. And from that, we should love ourselves and the life that God has given us. Oh, come on, somebody. Oh, come on, somebody. Do you feel me? Let me do some quick housekeeping. Last month, with this challenge, Am I Climbing the Right Mountain Challenge, I got this award in my email that I was one of the most active restreamers in the month of April. And then we're trending in that direction for the month of May because we've been live streaming. Listen, during this quarantine, during this shut in, we have been taking advantage of this time. Oh, come on, somebody. We've been taking advantage of this time. Hey, Melody, come on. You right on time, Melody. Melody. For the last 8 days, 7 days, we've been doing the Ugly Challenge. Now, last week, over the weekend, I told y'all for day 6 and day 7, you have plenty of homework to do. Homework assignment number 1, do Mirror self-talk. Stand in front of your mirror. Stand in front of your mirror and say out loud, God loves you and I love you. You got to love yourself. Number two, post a picture of you on Facebook and tag it with Dr. Sam's Ugly Challenge and Self-Love. I've seen many of you did that. Hey, Donna, you right on time. Number three, write a forgiveness letter for all the poor choices that you have made. Number four, do a negativity scrub and put all the negative stuff in a negativity box. We're not dealing with that box. Number five, what are some of the things that you're putting up with that you need to stop putting up with? And that's part of my pre-coach form. That's some of the stuff that we work through when you begin to work with me. Hey, Rosalind. Number six, schedule a me day. We had 6 homework assignments. Number 7, we added this Friday. Relationship analysis. Look at the pros, cons. Why did you break up? Were you in love? Were you in love? I'm going to have to get on to my editor. And what did you learn? What did you learn? The relationship may not have lasted, and for the lack of a better word, failed, and you should glean from that. Broken people hooking up with broken people, and you just have a broken mess. Hello, somebody. Because you should know you more than anybody. And we were just talking about that this weekend. Another couple I'm working with on Thursday evening, they're getting married June the 20th. And when I ask them why they love each other, they make me better. They add to my life. And the young lady told him 3 years ago, if you're not going to add to my life, we cannot go any further. And this was the first date that they had. If you're not going to add to my life, come on, somebody. Hey, Chantel, let me give you some math. Let me give you some mathematics real quickly. If it doesn't add and multiply, and it only subtracts and divides, bye-bye. But if it adds and multiplies, whatever it is, we're going to hold on to that. And especially, hey, Chris, especially in relationships, if that person doesn't add and multiply, bye-bye. What's one of the things we talked about in our developing a stronger self-esteem and love for ourselves? We have to become a more positive person. That's part of the self-love test. Are you ready to be positive? We're not dealing with negativity. No, bye-bye. People ask me, what's my superpower? What's my secret power? Being positive. I'm not going to be negative. Don't have time for negativity. Are y'all ready to jump in today? Oh, what's one of the things we said last week? It's time to be celibate from settling, the spirit of settling, the spirit of tolerating, and the spirit of self-loathing. Do you know, hey, Valeria, we just getting started. We just went over our homework assignments. And one of my followers said, Dr. Sim, slow down. I be trying to take notes. Slow down. We've gone over our homework assignment. Hey, Valeria, screenshot this. Do the self-love, self-mirror talk. Post a picture of you on Facebook and tag it with Dr. Sim's Ugly Challenge and Self-Love. Write a forgiveness letter for all the poor choices you have made. Do a negativity scrub and put all the negative stuff in the negativity box. Homework assignment number 2. Valeria, my clients, my best clients are the clients that do their homework. And if y'all have not done your homework for this challenge, I cannot work with you. Number 5, what are some things you're putting up with you need to stop putting up with? Number 6, schedule me a me day. Schedule a me day. And number 7, Valeria, we added this Friday. Do relationship analyses. Look at the pros, cons, why did you break up, were you in love, and what did you learn? And we talked about last week, as we kind of recap last week quickly, you hear people brag about, oh, I'm being celibate. I'm not having sex anymore till I get married. Well, that's not hard to do if you're by yourself. And that's not the self-love we're talking about. It's time to be celibate from the spirit of settling, the spirit of tolerating, the spirit of self-loathing, and the spirit of appearing that everything is all right when it's not. And I'm not talking about sharing your business per se, but one of the things we're all guilty of is faking the funk. And a lot of us put up with a lot of funkiness for the sake of putting up with it, just to appear that everything all is well. And I'm just as guilty. We put on this front, and it's time to get help. You got to, hey Marcel, hey Roger, to get help, you got to throw a flag and say, listen, I need some help. I couldn't wait to get here today. I could not wait to get here today. This is what you really need to be celibate from. I need to be celibate from settling, tolerating, and self-loathing. And faking the funk. When I need help, I need to throw a flag. It's time to quit hopping from relationship to relationship to relationship, and you haven't fixed the leak yet. Oh, y'all, come on now. It's time to stop hopping from thing to thing to thing when things are not well. Come on. You keep putting Orajel on a bad tooth. Okay, I'm still hyped from yesterday. I saw this commercial. I got something I need to take care of, and the office has been closed, and it's about to reopen. So I gotta call my oral surgeon. I saw this Orajel commercial the other day, and Orajel is fine. It's a temporary fix to something that you need to deal with. And when you jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, you just using Orajel. Have you heard of that stuff? Fix a flat. You got a nail in your tire and it keeps going flat, but you keep putting in fix a flat. A lot of people do their relationships like that. Hey Nita. Hey Sunitha. A lot of people do their relationships like that. Fix a flat. But it's time. You want to be celibate. It's time to be celibate from settling, tolerating, self-loathing, and faking the funk. I'm gonna add this to this graphic. It's time. I hope y'all have done your homework. The homework was good. The last thing we added to our homework list: do a relationship analysis. Look at the pros, the cons. Why did you break up? Were you in love? And what did you learn? And do you know many of us, and a lot of us that are up in age, we hate to admit this, we have never been in love. The young lady I'm dealing with on Mondays, she admitted, I thought I was in love. Dr. Sims, how do you even know? You hear people talking about all the time, well, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. What is that? Hey, Patrice, what is that? I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I was talking Thursday to a new couple I'm working with. We getting married June the 20th. And they love each other. Just like the married couple that we're wrapping up our sessions and we're going to renew vows on the 26th. They are in love with each other. It's guys, you know it when you know it. I'm in love with you. Dr. Sam, how do you even know? 1 Corinthians 13. 1 Corinthians 13. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Charmaine. 1 Corinthians 13. Love is kind. I said this Thursday night to the young couple that's getting married on the 20th. Just be nice to each other. Oh, come on, somebody. Amen, webcam. If your love is not kind, then you need to throw a flag and say, what's going on? What's going on? Come on, Marvin Gaye. What's going on? Brother. What's going on? If love is not kind, love is kind. Oh, come on, somebody. Love is always looking out for me. Look at mama's love. We celebrated Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to all my mamas today watching. Mama's love is kind. Oh, come on, somebody. Mama's love is kind. When oh my Lord, Mama loved it. I remember, and I talk about this in my books. I remember 12 years old, wanted to run away from home. Where was I going? Because my mama was spending more time with my baby brother. And my mama pulled me to the side, and I wrote her a letter. Hey, LaShawn, I wrote mama a letter. I was running away from home. She read that letter, and she began to cry. And I saw her this weekend. She began to cry. And she said, "Lil Walter, I love you too. I just got to spend more time with Marcus. He's a baby. And I married him this weekend with Ruthie." And I started tearing up. And she fixed me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Miss Vanessa. Mama's love is kind. And if you're in a relationship and y'all are not kind to each other, it's an issue. If you can't be nice to each other, there's a problem. If you can't speak nice and sweet stuff to each other, it's a problem. Come on, somebody. And you putting up with that. Y'all, you talk so mean to each other. Oh, come on, somebody. This is what a rubber meets the road. If you cannot be kind to each other, somebody need to throw a flag. Come on, what we going to talk about today? Come on, Miss Vanessa. Good morning, Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. How is self-esteem built and destroyed? This is what I was looking through my notes and say, you know what, we just got to hover here today. How do you build self-esteem, Dr. Sim? How do you build a better self-image? How do you begin to love you? And these are simple. I am not complicated. I do not present a complicated process. How is self-esteem built and destroyed? You build it up. Find a good role model. Find somebody that they love themselves. They all about positivity. They all about LOVE. They feel good about themselves. Oh, come on, somebody. Find you a good role model, one. Number two, praise and compliment. When somebody says something nice about you, or I love that dress. Thank you. You looking good today. Thank you. Oh, that hair. Thank you. Oh, I love how you said that. Thank you. Don't deflect compliments. And then have enough wherewithal that you give compliments. You know what? You did that. Well, praise the Lord. Oh, Dr. Sims, you said that. Praise the Lord. You know what? I like that. Oh, you looking good today. Thank you. You have, and if you notice me, if you follow me, and I'm just saying this for the sake of this conversation. If you notice how I talk, and when I deal with people, I'm always finding the positive. If you hang around me any length of time, I do not talk about people. Even though if it's obvious. I like here in the South, what we do, Miss Vanessa, bless your heart. Bless their heart. What did Big Mama say? Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Stop talking about people. Talk people up, not down. You have enough people talking you down. I'm not going to be one of them. I'm always going to look. I'm looking for the good. I'm looking for the upside. Focus on the positive. Number three, focus on the positive. Do y'all see that common thread I talk about? The common thread. And our next challenge, the POP challenge, the power of positivity, that's our next challenge. Because that's just what the doctor ordered. We'll deal with that book. Focus on the positive. Number four, keep criticism to a minimum. You know the difference between criticism and positive feedback. There's a difference. See, criticism is negative. Feedback is positive. Miss Vanessa's always giving me feedback. We tweaking this thing. We taking it high. We ratcheting it up. There are people in my circle with positive feedback. Well, do this, tweak this, tweak this, tweak this. Nothing. We don't criticize. We give positive feedback. Oh, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. You want to keep criticism to a minimum. Hey, Jeremiah. And there are a lot of people that gossip. No, we don't talk about people. We do not talk about people. No. Set and achieve goals. You feel good when you accomplish something. We got through the 30-day challenge last month. We're going through this 21-day challenge. Have you read the books that you bought from me? Are you taking notes? Are you reviewing your notes? Are you getting better? Come on, somebody. The couple, hey, Pastor Sam, the couple I'm working with, we had a 3-month goal. We said we'll do 4 weeks at a time. Oh, and look at them now. I'm working 6 weeks with this couple. I'm going to marry on the 20th. Set and achieve goals. When people come to me and they say, Dr. Sam, what's my advice? I want to write a book. Dr. Sam, I want to write a book. Dr. Sam, I want to write a book. First thing we do is set a release date. And you will be surprised the energy you get from that. That kickstarts you. Set a release date. Oh, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? Yeah. Come on, somebody. Set and achieve goals. I said by the summertime, I was gonna whittle down this frame because God has enlarged my territory. I said by the summertime, and we close, y'all, I can get into my shirts, my golf shirts again. Set and achieve goal. Perfect. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Perfect your skills. Sharpen your piece of iron. You ought to have someone in your life, like a Dr. Sims, a life coach. You ought to get a mentor. You ought to have an accountability partner. You ought to have a life coach. Somebody's going to help you chisel and sharpen your piece of iron. Abraham Lincoln said, if I had to chop down a tree, if I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend 4 hours sharpening my axe and 2 hours chopping. Many of us got it backwards. We'll sharpen for 2 hours and cut for 4. And cut with a dull axe. Hey, Henry, and many of us today watching me, going through this quarantine, and we're sharpening, and we're trying to cut with a dull axe. Many of your axes are dull this morning because you're not sharpening your piece of iron. Come on, somebody. Oh, come on now. If you do not, and I had this graphic last week, if you do not come out of this quarantine, this shutdown, more focused, more disciplined, more on fire, more motivated, more inspired, you have not lacked time, you've lacked desire and discipline. Put that in your notes. What have you been doing all this time? What's up, Big Dreamer? What have you been doing all this time? What's up, Pastor Sam? What's up, Brother Henry? What have you been doing all this time outside of watching Netflix, watching movies, eating, and eating? What have you done? What can you say you've done? What can I say I've done? Revamp virtual church, then online Bible study church, done a challenge, spent time with you in another challenge, and we're going to do another challenge after this. And I'm just saying that in the vein of our conversation, not to brag or boast. But what have you done? I walked at the park. What have you done? And challenge yourself. You are every day. The only competition you have is to be a better person tomorrow than you are today. One couple said, during this time, we worked on our marriage. A couple of couples can say, we got married. Oh, I started my book. I started working with Dr. Sims. I read 5 books. I've mapped out my itinerary for the rest of the year. What have you done? This is Motivation Monday. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's another homework assignment. List your accomplishment during this quarantine. And this is part of making you feel good about yourself. Homework. What have you I love y'all. What have you accomplished during the shutdown? What have you accomplished? That's your homework for tonight. What have you accomplished that you can feel good about? Come on, somebody. Well, with Dr. Sam, I realized I need help. Boom, that's an accomplishment. One of the most the deepest verse in the whole Bible, Luke 15:17. The young man, the prodigal, the wasteful son was in the hog pen. And let me slow down, Patrice, let me slow down. Luke 15:17. And that verse simply says, and he came to himself. One of the most powerful verses in the entire Bible. Because if you realize today that I need help is going to change the rest of your life, because that determines your action plan. Do you feel me? So to build up your self-esteem, and one of the things on the building self-esteem, don't hang around with negative people. Focus on the positive. Find a good role model. Put this in your notes. How do I build my self-esteem, Dr. Sims? Find a good role model. Praise and receive and give compliments. Focus on the positive. Keep criticism to a minimum. Set and achieve goals. Perfect your skills. Come on, somebody. Perfect your skill. Get better. Get gooder at what you do. So that begs the question, well, Dr. Sims, what am I supposed to be doing? Y'all see me. I'm a videographer and a photographer, and I do a lot of my own stuff. And I'm getting better. I'm tweaking what I'm doing. I'm about to order me an audio kit for my phone, because my phone has a good camera on it, but I need a good wireless sound system. I'm about to invest in that because I want to get gooder and gooder at what I'm doing. Got a microphone. So one thing that I've accomplished, kept my Amazon Prime membership active. Hello, somebody. So how do you destroy self-esteem? And now this is big here. Hey, DD, this is big here. Stop comparing yourself to others. And we just going home. This is all we're going to talk about today because it's so big. Take a screenshot of this, Patrice. Stop comparing yourself to others. Guys, it's apples and oranges. I can't compare myself to Jeremiah or even my third brother, my second brother under me, Anthony. I can't compare myself to Dee, Henry, or Sunitha, or Patrice, or Jim and Charmaine, or Miss Vanessa, or Big Dreamer. Big Dreamer is a big ball and a shot caller. Big Dreamer has subways under his belt. Big Dreamer has played football, I believe. Big Dreamer he knows a whole lot more people than I know. I can't compare myself to Big Dreamer, Greg Walker, because he's in another lane. I'm in a lane. You stay in your lane. Put this in your notes. Stay in your lane. That's why we did the Purpose Challenge last week. Walk in Purpose, Grow Rich. That's why we did the Purpose Challenge. That's why we did the Purpose Challenge. This book here. This book right here, Walk in Purpose, Grow Rich. Now we're on this book. And then we're going to be on Keys to Be Successful, the Positivity book. All right? Stop comparing yourself, because that will slow you down. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's apples and oranges. Decide, are you going to be an apple or an orange? You can't be both. Find your lane. Get in your lane. Put this in your notes. Get in your lane. Stop comparing yourself to other people. It's apples and oranges. You have a different agenda. You and God have gone over an entirely different agenda. That if you talking about, and that's the danger of social media, because we see a lot of stuff that's got a lot of gloss on it. And that's why it's dangerous looking in somebody else's yard. They got to do the same weed and feed. They got to do the same fertilizing. They got to water. They got to do all the things you're supposed to be doing to your yard. Their grass is green. So if their grass is green and my grass is brown, what's the difference? The amount of attention they're paying to their yard. See, while you are looking in their yard, they are cultivating, they are working in their yard. You see them on Saturday with their gloves on and the mask on. What are you doing in your yard? See, when you compare, it's apples and oranges, because are you doing the same level of work that they are doing? Oh, they look like they got it going on, but what are you doing? Ask yourself, what are you doing? If somebody got a chisel body and you got, if somebody got a chisel body and your body is flabby, that bears the question, do you go to the gym? Are you watching your carbs? Are you exercising? You can't compare yourself to somebody else, because what kind of work are you doing? Oh, come on now. Come on, Rosalind. Stay in your lane. We can't compare ourselves to that other person, because you don't know their story. Well, Well, you know somebody else shouting in church and you not shouting. Well, you don't know what they just been through. Your level of shout is your level of testimony. Y'all don't mess with me today, y'all. Do y'all feel me? Your level, see, I shout because you don't know what God has done for me. Okay. Woo! You don't know what God has done for me. It don't take all that. Why they shout in church every Sunday? Because you don't know what God has done for me. You get in your lane. You can't compare yourself to Miss Vanessa. Well, why Miss Vanessa doing all this? Well, you don't understand. Miss Vanessa just had a valve repaired that's been with her whole life and has zapped her energy. Now her energy is going up. Now she got a little bit more pep in her step because she's gone through something. Oh, y'all better walk with me. Oh, look where he's brought us from. See, don't compare yourself to somebody else because you don't know their level of testimony. Oh, come on now. And just because you shout, I'm not saying you ain't been through nothing, but don't compare. Don't try to judge somebody else shout. Oh, come on now. Come on, Valeria. Don't try to judge my shout. Don't try to judge why I'm so happy all the time. You just worry about yourself. I saw this meme a few weeks ago, and this little baby was in her car seat, and man, she was struggling to get that thing latched. And her daddy was driving. He stopped at the red light. He said, baby, do you need some help? She said, Daddy, you worry about yourself. You just drive. I got this. And I'm talking, she's 4 years old. She said, Daddy, you worry about yourself. And that's my testimony. That's my message for you today, DD. You stay in your lane. Quit comparing yourself. And that's the danger of social media. That's where I was going. Hey, Albert, that's where I was going. That's the danger of Periscope. Every picture you see, you're going to see me smiling. Now, does that mean that my life, because one thing, I'm all about positivity, and so I'm just putting positive stuff in my feed, in my timeline. Now, that does not mean I haven't been through anything. I didn't take a picture of when I got fired. I didn't take a picture when I had to be audited and file bankruptcy with the IRS. I didn't take a picture when Dad died. I didn't take a picture of all some negative things that happened. That's just... That's the backstory. Hello, somebody. But you best believe there has been some valleys that I didn't take a picture in the valley. I haven't taken pictures in my valley. I know some of y'all can identify with me. I haven't taken pictures in the valley, but trust and believe I've been in the valley. Oh, but I stopped by to tell you all of my good days outweigh my bad days, and I shall not complain. So stop comparing yourself to others. Number 2, stop putting yourself down. A word you need to stop using is saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Stop. Take that out of your vocabulary. If you got to apologize for something, say, I apologize. Quit putting yourself down. Come on, Facebook. Stop with the negative self-talk. Oh, I don't look good. Oh, I don't feel good. Stop with the negative talk. This is why you need a cheerleader in your life. I talk about this in my first book. We got 80,000 negative thoughts bombarding us every day. And that's just individual. Now, if you surround yourself with 10 people, social distancing, if you're around 10 other people, they got 80,000 negative thoughts. So 80 times 10, and we round up, you got 1 million negative thoughts bombarding you every day. And you wonder why you got to watch me for an hour a day? You wonder why you got to listen to gospel, listen to spiritual stuff. You got to meditate. You got to pray. You got to get in your word. You got to sharpen your piece of iron because we're dealing in a negative world. Come on. Come on, Miss Mary. Come on, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. Come on. You wonder why you got to have me close to you. All the negative stuff we inundated with, and heaven forbid you turn the television on. Come on now. What destroys self-esteem? Drugs and alcohol abuse. And I know y'all that watch me, you don't struggle with this, but you're addicted to something. How many of y'all, when you get depressed, you raid the refrigerator? Come on, somebody. How many of y'all have an eating addiction? And there are some people having on the other extreme. Don't eat enough. Food has oh man, food is an issue with me. I realize I have I have a pretty good relationship with food. I had to back up because I refuse to go up a pant size. I refuse. My pants start getting tight. I said, I am not going up another pant size. And I had to back up. So it may be drug, alcohol, food. Food has been a problem for many of us. Come on, Victoria. Come on, Patrice. What are some other things we do to destroy our self-esteem? Be in bad relationships. Many of us are victims of domestic violence, and the person never put a hand on us. Amen, webcam. Many of you have been victims of verbal abuse. Now, see, the reason we tolerate that more than the physical abuse, I can't see the scars of my verbal abuse. But those emotional scars, oh my Lord, sooner or later, emotional scars are going to show up. Oh, come on, webcam. Come on, y'all. Come on, put a 1 if you feel me today. Give me a 1 if you feel me today. Many of us are victims of verbal domestic abuse, and we tolerate it. Because you don't believe you are worth somebody speaking life to you. If you're not speaking life to me, I don't have time for you. Many of us are victims of verbal domestic abuse. Hello, somebody. I mean, people just talk. You allow people just to talk to you any kind of way. No. That's stopping right now. I'm putting an end to it right now. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. And this is something, and this is a chapter in my couple I'm working with on Thursday night. We just started this past Thursday. One of the chapters in here, the 12 commandments you need to obey before you say I do. We are engaged now what? Chapter 5, thou shalt know how to communicate with each other. Just because you are talking at me doesn't mean you're communicating with me. Come on now. Many of us, and you put this, share this with your girlfriends and your boyfriends. Many of us are victims of verbal domestic abuse, and we tolerate that more because I can't see the scar that my verbal abuse has levied against you. But can I tell you a secret? People can see sadness every day and twice on Sunday. What did I say yesterday? If you want to measure the merit of a woman, a wife or a mother, look at her husband and look at her children. And the flip is true. If you want to measure the merit of a husband, look at that wife and those children. Y'all better walk with me. Come on, Miss Vanessa. Just because you talking at me don't mean we'll communicate. And every conversation should not be an argument. Okay, I'm meddling. Thanks everybody for being here today. We wrapping up. We got about 5 more minutes. Any questions for me? We got about 5 more minutes. Have I made sense today, y'all? How do you build up self-esteem? Let me slow down. Take a screenshot. We didn't need to go any further than this. I don't want to breeze through this. And we have to go past 21 days. We'll go past 21 days. Because there's so many people struggling with it. Because see, this kind of stuff, I can't really see it readily. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Scary. See, we cannot readily see low self-esteem, but eventually you'll see it. You can see sadness and depression because, see, it's no bounce in your step. Hey, Sean. Hey, Bishop. You can't readily see self-loathing. You can't readily see it, but see, eventually, you hang around somebody long enough, you know where they are. Hey, Valerie, you know where they are. How do I build my self-esteem? How do I build myself up, Dr. Sam? Find a good role model. praise and compliment. Give and receive praise and compliments. Focus on the positive. Keep criticism to a minimum. Set and achieve goals. That's homework assignment number 8. What have you accomplished during this quarantine? The Lord, that small, still voice inside of you said, work with Dr. Sims. Y'all been rocking with me. This is our 5th anniversary. Y'all been rocking with me for 5 years. And many of you haven't called me yet. Hello. I'm not going anywhere. I've been consistent. I've been here. My message has not changed. I'm still saying the same thing. And I'm going to keep saying it. Repetition, repetition, repetition. You need to love YOU. Because God made you in his image and his likeness. You've been fearfully and wonderfully made. And you ought to walk with your head held out and your chest out a little bit. Not that I'm all that in a bag of chips, but see, God made me. And I am somebody. Come on, I am somebody. You are a VIP, a very important person. Perfect your skill. Sharpen that piece of iron. How do you destroy your self-esteem? Comparing yourself to others, putting yourself down, abuse, drug, alcohol abuse, food abuse, and putting up and being in verbally abusive relationship, being in toxic relationship. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Pastor Leonard. Being in toxic relationships. You going from relationship to relationship. Jumping from relationship is like using Fix-A-Flat and Orajel. It's just temporary solutions. Come on. Are y'all walking with me? We said this a little while ago and we wrapping up. It's time to be celibate from settling, tolerating, and self-loathing. See, it's easy giving your body, but it's hard to give your heart. And that's why we work on this love rehab. Hello. We've been having a good time, Sean. Be here tomorrow, Sean, with day 9. We'll be here tomorrow. You got to love yourself. 21 days. This is 21 days to improve your self-esteem. Do you love yourself? This is day 8. Have we had a good time today? And it's about 45 minutes. Try to go about 45. I go about 45 minutes. Because our internet I tweaked the internet. I got a new router. Okay, thank you, Sean. You got to love yourself. Day 9 tomorrow, May the 12th. Have we had a good time? And listen, if y'all don't have your book, let's go right here. If you don't have your book, I Declare Love, paypal.me/drwaltersims/35. You get a journal and you get a book, and I autograph it. And that third book in the middle, just what the doctor ordered, Keys to Be Successful. It's a 21-day devotion to improve your positivity, to become a more positive person. That's our next challenge, P-O-P, POP. All right, DD, boom. Have we had a good time? Y'all gonna be here tomorrow. Do your homework. Homework. Number 7. I got to add number 8. Homework. What you should have worked on through the weekend. Number 7, relationship analysis. Look at the pros, cons. Why did you break up? Were you in love? And what did you learn? Come on, somebody. And the homework assignment number 8 that I wrote down, number 8. What have you accomplished during this quarantine? What have you accomplished? And if you say nothing, we got work to do. And many of you should have called me, because that's something we're going to point to. You need to be working with me. Do we need to have a workshop, a self-esteem workshop? And we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But anyway, I love y'all. I love y'all. Do you hear me? LOVEU. Oh, it's scary to remarry. There you go. Yes, Sean, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk, Sean. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, Bishop. I'm proud of you. I know, yeah, we got to have a conversation. I appreciate you, man. You too. That's one of my subscribers on YouTube. I met him in Arizona several years ago with my goddaughter. She's in California now with my god grandbaby and Luana. And I met Sean there. And listen, guys, message me. Give me a shout out. And share this with your followership. And I want to see y'all tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think that's what Sean is. It's a little early for Sean. But anyway, And Sean, you're a subscriber to my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can catch up and look back at some of the things that we've done. But anyway, God bless you now. And remember, if you stay high on life, life is gonna stay high on you.